Like this weird competition of cool.
You take a reef shot to the side of the head for a wave like that.
If I can win this, this will be the greatest moment of my life.
All the girls are surfing so well. They're beautiful inside and out.
Going skagless is a whole nother realm, like a fast version of body surfing.
There's something about just getting in the ocean and cleansing ourselves of everything else that's going on in the world.
My job description is student of surfing.
Board Stories TV is proudly presented by Waimea Valley, where Hawaii comes alive. Visit them next time you're on Oahu's North Shore. And Spectrum OC16.
Aloha and welcome to Board Stories Television. I'm Mike Latronic along with Shannon reporting, and we are bringing you this show from the beautiful North Shore of Oahu.
First up, we head to the Big Island for Shane Dorian's Keiki Classic, where him and some top pros give back to the local Groms.
And once a local Grom himself, rising star Seth Moniz, along with his longtime coach Reynos Hayes, will give us insights to that epic journey Seth made to qualify for the World Championship Tour.
Then we turn it up a notch and head down to the Bonsai Pipeline for the annual Dahui Backdoor Shootout. They always seem to get the best waves of the winter.
We've got a new feature on the show. We're gonna mix some of the best athletes with some of the coolest new equipment. We call it the test drive. We're gonna give you the result. But first up, gotta get some tube time. We're gonna show you the tube of the week. For the tube of the week, we head to the North Shore at Backdoor Pipeline, where hard-charging Tori Meister gets absolutely shacked and spit out. Up next, Board Stories heads over to Tori's hometown of Kona, where he and friends of Shane Dorian stoke out the Groms at Banyans.
Seems like every surf town has its local break, and for us it's Banyans. This break is where I grew up surfing. I was born right down the street, and this is where all the best kids have always surfed. It's the most consistent break, and it breaks on pretty much every swell direction, and even when it's little, it's really rippable, and all the kids look forward to surfing here and having competitions here, so it's just amazing to be able to have like a legacy event here year after year, and whether it's super huge and the kids are terrified, or whether it's 1 foot and they're all out there kind of grinding it out, it's just a really cool place, and it's just a really cool like nucleus for kids to come and visit and for kids to grow up at. It's really neat. It's kind of crazy to have people here that have been in the event for so long. Tori Meister, who came as one of the pros today, he's a very established pro that, you know, living off island now and competing full time and charging jaws and stuff, but he grew up right here at this beach surfing this event, and you know, he actually won this event when he was a kid, and we have a bunch of other guys, and they're all here for the kids, you know, so for the kids who follow surfing and really look up for these guys, it's just an incredible opportunity for them to meet some of their heroes, you know. And
this contest was like the Super Bowl of the Big Island. You know, you come every year and they always get the best prizes for one, and then you'd always bring your favorite surfers in the world. So yeah, it was like, you know, bragging rights. If you won, you had bragging rights for the whole year. And if there was any contest I wanted to win when I was a kid, it would always be this one. It wasn't NSSA, it wasn't nationals, it was the Shane Dorian contest. So, you know, seeing professional surfers, you know, your favorite, I mean, all my favorite surfers would show up to this event. It'd be Kelly Slater, Rob Machado, Conan Hayes, like all these guys, the whole Momentum crew would show up for this event. To see those guys surf your home break and see how it's done, it definitely like helped motivate and help your level go, you know, higher. So, and it's wild. Yeah, it's the best event ever.
actually like my third or fourth time maybe coming to the Shane's Keiki Classic, and I just love coming to these events, and I've competed at events here at Banyans before, so it brings back a lot of memories, and just to support, surfing in Hawaii is basically why I'm here, and I just love spending time with the kids, and these special events are really good just because, these are the things that, I used to look up to. Shane's been doing it for so long and how he's had a very successful career, and to see the things that he does every year for how long, I mean, for him to have this event for however long it was, it's incredible. And guys that were Groms that were doing this event back then are now like on tour or they're pro surfers or whatever. So to see the results of what he's been doing around here, it's great.
He was always my favorite surfer because he could always do everything, when it's 30-foot, 40-foot jaws to ripping a wave out at Banyans, like whatever he wanted to do, he could do it better than anyone, and he still does that.
It's such a neat thing to be able to give these kids a platform to showcase their ability and their talent as local kids on like a higher level, as we try to really promote it and really give these kids some spotlight. So that's the goal and that's the aim that we have.
Hey, don't go away. We'll be right back and get you up close and personal with Seth Moniz. Aloha and welcome back to Board Stories Television. Our next featured guest, Seth Moniz, is indeed a rising star. And it's no small feat to make it to the top tier in any sport. Seth has made the journey from the qualification tour to the World Championship Tour, and we got the story.
I've had the good fortune of working with Seth since he was 6 years old. Seth has always been kind of a freak of nature. At 7 years old, he was, trying to get barreled and things like this, and this will be Seth's debut on the WCT, a place I feel he was destined for. I feel he belongs. I love it. A great success story. Very proud of him. One of the neat things that has come out of this story of Seth is, the boys between Seth and all his brothers, Josh and stuff, they all grew up surfing a lot of kiwalos.
We all just came from this one little wave in town, and who would have thought we're all the best 32 surfers in the world. I think that wave just proved to be one of the best training grounds in Hawaii and in the world. Chris is a world champ. Zeke's getting there. He's going to go places, and then me and Josh are up next.
It's really neat to see that. One little area on the South Shore produced so much talent. So to see Seth and Ezekiel Lau will also be his running partner this year, represent at that level, I think they're great ambassadors for Hawaii.
I've never had a heat with Zeke. I don't know, I think I'll just play it like any other heat. Maybe if we're both winning and smoking the heat, we'll probably work together. Just try to keep us up there in the top 2 spot. But in the start of the heat, I think I know he'll still treat me as anyone else, and I'll do the same. Obviously, Griffin's killing it on tour, so I think that's got me pumped up to go and meet him up there, and we've been best friends since I was 12. We have a really good relationship. We're super competitive, so it's gonna be good. I think we've definitely both pushed each other throughout our whole career, and Griffin's always worked so hard and done everything he could to get there and deserves everything, so I think that's just pushed me to work harder. And yeah, I'm excited to go up there and battle with them and have some fun. I'm excited, obviously, for pipe. I want to be in the Pipe Masters. I like big barreling waves. I think that's my strong point. Like I wanted to get on tour to surf in the Pipe Masters and be a Pipe Masters.
I'm a firm believer that Seth has top 10 potential all day, and it'll be about figuring out how to unlock that potential on demand. You know, he's going to need to trust in who he is, trust in what he can deliver, and then go out there and make it happen.
Performance-wise, for sure, you gotta be on your best performance in every heat. The QS, you still can't make mistakes, but like there are moments where you can and get away with it occasionally. But the CT's not like that. You can't be making mistakes, can't be falling. So I think just cut off all the mistakes and just kind of I know I gotta get better for next year. I gotta start surfing better and stronger. I think just more of my surfing, my carves, like I think that's where I have to improve. Just a better rail game, I think, for sure. That's the next move.
He's got his work cut out for him, you know, and he'll need to stay on his physical game plan and trust in the product that he can deliver. It's there. He's an exciting surfer, knows how to put on a show, and you just gotta allow that to come out.
Hey, don't go away, because when we come back, it's time for some serious barrels at Dahui's Backdoor Shootout. Yeah.
Welcome back to Board Stories TV. Let's go down to the Bonsai Pipeline for the Dahui Backdoor Shootout. They always seem to score the best swell of the season, and this year was no exception.
coming from Hawaii or being from Kauai, especially like Honolulu, it's one of those things that's like, it means so much. I can't even explain how I feel right now. I'm so happy. My goal was to just get one good wave every single heat, and it worked out. And I just had to keep my anxiety down, because a lot of times I get anxious and I want to go for everything because there's so many good waves out there, but I just tried to wait for the really good ones. So yeah.
It's only human nature to try stuff out. Coming up next, we bring you the test drive. Welcome back to Board Stories TV. With the evolution of surfing and surfing equipment, it's absolutely necessary to stay up to date with the latest trends and get to know what's working and what doesn't. That's why we created the test drive.
The cool thing about surfing and board sports is that we're always striving to try new things, and our equipment is no exception. That's why we developed this new series called the Test Drive. We take some of the best equipment and go and test drive them. But this time, it's all about the fun. We're gonna go test out some fun boards courtesy of Stormblade and go meet up with some of the top surfers from the Billabong Camp, Kai Martin and Company. But first, courtesy from our friends, we got this beauty right here. Buick GMC Honolulu, the Regal Tour X wagon blurs the line between home and away with 73.5 cubic feet of cargo space, and you can take on any adventure in style. Nothing like some solid surf racks. Woo! This time we're headed to the Bonsai Pipeline to the Billabong House. What a beautiful ride. That's part one of our test ride. Now let's go surf. We're gonna test out the Stormblades. We also got some Billabong Bloodlines, some of the best in the business. They've been using shortboards all week long, but they're gonna test out these top of the line soft tops. You guys ready to do this?
Ready.
Let's do it.
Top of the line fins, top of the line board. Beautiful color.
Riding soft tops are different. It was just fun to try something new and have fun. Just tandeming and not needing to worry about doing airs or anything, just having fun and going down the line.
Heaps easy to get into waves. Heaps easy to stand up on. Heaps faster.
Yes.
That passed the test. That was more than passed the test. That was 11 out of 10. That was perfect.
Hey, don't go away. We'll be right back with more board stories. Hey, well, that is a wrap right here on Board Stories Television. I'm Mike Latronic for Shannon Reporting, and you can expect more great action on yet the next episode of Board Stories.
But before you go, let's check out a few more highlights from Dahui Backdoor Shootout.